So today I'm going to show you how I do some very easy watercolor Easter eggs. These are done. I just boiled my eggs and they're not hollowed like I usually do because I wanted this to just be a fun craft to spend with my family, and then later on we can always crack them and make egg salad, and that'll be that. But it is really fun and easy to do. What you're going to need is some Tombow dual brush pens. And I actually bought a whole set, but you only need minimum of 4 colors. You need 2 for the petals. I chose dark pink and light pink. And then green for the leaves, of course, and yellow for the centers. Then you're going to want a good quality eraser, some simple pencil, and a tiny water brush to spread your ink around, your watercolor ink around with, okay? And at least 4 large boiled eggs. The reason I say 4 is for certain sections of this, you're gonna wanna let it dry in between. And it's always nice to have one to put aside, and then you can work on the next one and while the first one dries, okay? I'm gonna start with drawing. These are super easy to draw. Just gonna start with a circle. That'll be the center, and then you're going to make one square flower or petal, another one. Now, if you got something you want to change, it's really easy. You just erase it like you do on paper. It works quite well. And I'm going to fatten this leaf, this particular petal out a little bit. Okay, it's not perfect, and the fun part about this, it does not need to be. The next thing you want to do is you want to make sure your brush is wet. You want to wet your brush and then remove some of the water. And we're going to start by shadowing. Because the paint can dry quite quickly, I want you to hold the paint and the brush in your fingers at the same time so that you know where one is. And I'm just going to do one at a time, and I'm going to shadow the edge of it, saying that the light's coming from this side. I'm going to shadow it over here. I'm going to quickly take my wet paintbrush, and I'm going to smudge it around to this side and fill in the petal. I don't know if this is going to show well enough on the video or not, but because of talking, it took me a little longer than it should have to dry it, which is great, because what I can do now is you can add some more. See that? But that particular corner was already wet from me spreading the first around. There was already water on it, so I was able to even it out. So even if you don't get it right the first time, enjoy and just play with it. You can put some more on. Same thing, you can take water off if you want. Just wipe it off and put it on your paper towel. So again, I'm going to do one on this side. I'm going to fill it in over here. I'll take my paintbrush. On each petal, I just put some on the right-hand side, colored it in, and then spread them all out so that it fills in the petal. If it goes over like it does here, you got a choice. You can either wipe it out or leave it. It doesn't matter. That's what's really fun about this. It's easy. It's not perfection. Okay. So I'm going to clean my brush, put it aside, and I'm going to take my light pink. Now with the light pink shade, I'm going to start on the opposite edge of the petal. I'm going to do exactly the same thing with my brush. I'm going to take it over. Oh, I knocked my camera. I'm going to take it over, and this time I'm going to spread it this way. And depending on how much water you already have on your egg from the dark pen, you might not need to add more. You might just be able to, you might get away with just coloring it in with your pen, but you'll know when you try it, when you're working it. So then again, I'm going to put some over on this side. Do you see where it's more like coloring than it is actually painting? It's a little bit of doodling, and then you're coloring. So this here's a little bigger section. Now you might want to take and spread it around the outside edge a little bit. It's a choice, how neat you want your flowers to be. There's no right or wrong way. You just kind of blend it and soften it up. That's it. I'm going to let it dry for a few minutes, and then I'll come back and show you the center and the leaves. I actually left that about maybe 5 minutes to dry. I finished another blossom, and so now what I want to do is I want to take and I want to add some leaves. When I look at this, I see where there's a little bit of a gap in here, so I'm going to put a blossom in, or a leaf in here. And to make it even, I think I'll throw one in over on this side. I put a little thing in the middle. Okay, now I want to use the green, so I'm going to make sure that I have my brush ready. So I've added some water and removed it. And again, I've got the brush in my hand and I've got my leaf. But the leaf you can use, instead of using 2 colors for the leaf, I like to just paint them in. If you want to use 2 colors, feel free, but I had to buy a separate color from the set I had, and what can I say? These are Easter eggs. I didn't need them to be perfect. They're not works of art for my wall. There's one. I'll do the same on this side. Now, if while I'm painting this, I find that this here isn't quite dark enough. Here, let me just purposely take some out and show you what I mean. I'm going to add a little bit more green in there and just soften it a bit. Okay. So I want to put the lid back on my paint. So what do you think? Do you think I should put another leaf up here? Maybe I will. Just a little gaffer. Just a little one. I'll stick one in here. Same thing. Okay, I'm going to put the cap back on my pen. I'll get out the yellow pen now, and I'm just going to color in the middle. Now, if you want, you can color it in, or you can stipple it a bunch of times so that it looks a little rougher. So I'm just stippling it. That's all there is to it. You can do 3 or 4 on each egg. Put one here, put one on the other side. Now, I don't want to work on this one because it's still wet, but let me grab another egg that I've started that's dry. Okay, this is a different egg. Now you see these little spots on the side here? Let me put this away. See these little spots on the side here? This little pink piece? Depends how fussy you want to be after you do it. You can take your eraser, get rid of them. You can also use a white pen and get rid of them. Yeah. And take a wet cloth, wipe it off. And that's why on this particular craft because I thought of it as like a fun family craft. That's why I left them whole boiled eggs. I did not take and hollow them out. I wanted them to be strong enough for this so I could do it with my munchkins. Oops, sorry, wasn't on the video. See that little spot right here? I can take and wash it off. And I can take and dry it off even if I want. See the difference? Now, if I wanted, you can look here. I'm going to try to bring it close for you. You see those fine little lines? I actually like them. See? You could soften them with the eraser, but I wouldn't. And I'll just go ahead and make some more on the other side. That's all there is to it. Hope you have fun. Bye.